All right, well, Valentine's Day is the next thing. The Olympics first, and then Valentine's Day. And we do have a great show that's coming on Valentine's Day. Jess gets to go on a blind date.
Blind date.
For the entire country to watch.
And judge.
And judge, yes.
No, it's super.
Dates are awkward without cameras and lights on you. And then when they are on,
What kind of date?
it gets even more awkward. So tune in.
Yeah, it's going to be great. You guys have worked really hard on it, and it's a very
fun.
cute show.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of something for everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, yeah.
So that's running on Valentine's Day, obviously. Why would we run it on any other day? That doesn't make any sense. But what is really interesting to me, 3 years ago, I went to do a story. Rudy and I actually went to do it. It's called the Heartbreak Museum at the Edge Village and Gallery. And it's a great gallery on Main Street. If you haven't been there, you should definitely check it out because they do amazing community art programming and they have some really talented people connected to it and great curated events. This particular event was called the Heartbreak Museum, and it was a collection of people's stories. Like they just asked people to submit things. There was some room for some fun because they had like a heart dissection.
I dissected a beef heart. That was fun.
As per usual.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, and but then they also had things like one person that stands out in my mind had all of these little boxes on display. They were little favors for her wedding. She was engaged. The wedding didn't happen, so she was left with all these little Chinese sort of noodle boxes that were going to be the favors, but they were kind of, also kind of bachelor type noodle boxes at this, and just kind of, hundreds of them just sitting there on display. And the thing is that it is. We know as storytellers that stories are important, and on a day like Valentine's Day, when not everybody is necessarily in love, some people have had really big losses, and I was really touched by that exhibit when people were willing to share their sad stories. And I feel like you do connect to people and feel validated in your own hard, difficult stories as well. That is a little bit more serious, but that's sort of the first time I really saw some anti-Valentine Day sentiment coming out. And over the last couple of years, I'm only seeing that grow. Yeah. Are you also seeing this, or am I just looking for it?
I've seen it grow, and I don't really like the whole anti-Valentine's Day thing. I think everybody should celebrate Valentine's Day like the 5 to 10-year-olds, and it's about loving everybody and giving your coworkers cards or giving your mom a card. Or we were at so Dundee yesterday, and she was making cards for people to leave at bus stops, just saying like you're beautiful, someone loves you, and stuff like that. I think like instead of hating on people who are happily married or together. Like
that's part of the anti-Valentine Day sentiment, though.
I guess so. I guess so. Is like necessarily like stupid Valentine's Day. I think some of it is sort of trying to take it back to being maybe less commercial.
Yes. Yeah.
More about the sentiment.
Yeah.
We had this conversation at Christmas, too commercial, let's not give out presents.
Sure, except that Christmas is a real holiday because a lot lot of people in this world believe that Jesus Christ was born on that day, right? Whereas this is a made-up holiday, clearly. Does it have to be? But maybe it does. I mean, you're happily married. Do you like getting the roses and the champagne and the night out?
Do you love it? I'm just curious.
Of course I love it. Of course.
But
he
you
would
love
be
it
in the
every day.
doghouse if he didn't do that.
That's the thing. Do you think he needs a day to do that? My whole theory is I'm totally all for it, Valentine's Day, because if I like someone, I'm all on board, showing them, but I'm all aboard showing them every day or any day. I mean, and plus Valentine's Day, I'll do it again. I'll show somebody something nice, if that's the whole point of it. I just don't think you should wait all year to be like, well, it's Valentine's Day, I should do something.
Here's some chocolate.
Here's
got a bucket of chicken as well.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Whoa.
And I think that's what happens is a lot of people think it's commercial because they think that's the only time that they're special. Somebody does something special.
So what would
for
be
them.
romantic then for you, for Valentine's?
Good question. I would do
really
something.
hot seat.
But I mean, it's not actually that difficult. All you really have to do is pay attention to the person that you actually care about, and you notice things that maybe you would never notice about anyone else, and then you bring that into a gift, and that can be something as simple as if you guys live together, you could cook them dinner, or you could make the bed, or you could warm their car. it's little things that you can do,
toilet seat,
or
yeah.
things that, things you know they hate, you can do that, or like things you.
Things that they hate.
Yeah, you can do the things that they hate. No, I mean the things that they hate doing. There we go. And then, or just, it's just paying attention and showing that you really do want to make somebody feel special and that you're grateful for them being in your life.
Is that romantic for you?
Yeah, I would say, yep, that's romantic. Yeah.
So as the only person who's not,
I mean, none of us are happily married, but you're the only other one who's like in a position to do something nice for someone else on Valentine's Day. What do you? Where do you?
What are you?
What are you going
We're the
at?
ones
No,
that
no,
super
no.
alone.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Sorry, what? Huh?
What are you doing, Ruby?
We are going to go for a nice dinner. And it was almost, I don't want to say I dropped the ball for New Year's, but I think we both dropped the ball for New Year's, and that it was like 3 days before, and she's like, we should do something. And I was like, sure, why didn't we talk about this before? And it was like a mutual thing. So then like early in January, I was like, we should really make reservations for Valentine's Day. And but the thing is though, we do a lot of lovey-dovey stuff, I'm not saying I'm a great boyfriend or anything, but
I'm not saying I'm not.
yeah, but I think it's just about
A diaper and a bow and arrow to the dinner.
that'd be romantic.
Yes, my bowel problems are my own thing.
Mental vomit. I think that's what just happened.
But it's more that we're just gonna go a little beyond what we usually do. I mean, it's just all just the little things. We go for dinner all the time, right? But it's about going for like a little fancier place and maybe getting a better bottle of wine.
It's nice to have a reason.
Yeah, it is. It is always nice to have a reason. I've had girlfriends in the past. We used to do like every month, and I think that was a little overkill. But really overkill. But also, my girlfriend's birthday happens the week right after that. So February is gonna be an expensive month for Rudy.
You know what? With a beard like that, she deserves a little extra attention.
Oh my! Let me tell you, Getty's beard, folks, is kind of killing the romance. Every day she
you
says,
look like Chewbacca.
I know.
I love you. I think, but I can see why people are because what happens is everybody goes out and everyone does their thing, and then you're just, I chill by myself all the time. It's totally fine with it. But when it's on Valentine's Day, you're still kind of like, God, everyone I know is doing something with their special person, and I'm watching the horrible TV that is on. And I think it's horrible TV on Valentine's Day because they know all those people who are staying home.
Maybe you should watch Jess's date on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, yes, that'll be fantastic TV, obviously.
Order a heart-shaped pizza.
Yeah, and
I
cry
love
in it.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I was like, I get to eat a whole pizza.
I will say though, when I'm single though, and when I'm single and Valentine's Day rolls around, like the years that happens, I do I gorge on like crappy food, and I really live up being single. I'm just like, oh, I hate this, and I'll eat. But then when I'm not single and I'm in a relationship, I try to have some fun.
Well, I'm on board with you, Jess, because I think that it is really fun for the kids, and with me having little ones at home, they get excited. I just bought them Valentines with buttons, like their little. Kids get the little button with it, and it's fun. And they sat down for a whole hour and went through their class picture and attempted to spell everybody's names right and got them all ready to go. So it's fun, and I always make them a heart-shaped pizza, and we have pink ginger ale, and it's that's Valentine's Day for me. So
Sounds good.
it can work, right?
Good
There it
Valentine's
is.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Like when you made
Has
them
to be
all
for
for your
kids.
class.
Yep.
Yeah, but when you're being a kid, it's exciting. You make that envelope in front of your desk, and then everyone puts them in, and it's like Transformers. I choo, Rudy. That's the way it is.
Well, you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the Olympics, or don't enjoy the Olympics, and but do watch Shaw TV with our Special Olympics coverage. Yes. And with a local
idol.
perspective from the Olympics, some of our great heroes. And Blair, you have a great story in there. Blair and Rudy, terrific job. So with your trip to Verdun, and we'll see you guys back here in 2 weeks.
Okay.